Blockchains such as Bitcoin store their entire history, 16 years worth of transactions on every node that runs on the network. Now this is fine if you don't want to store a lot of data and you're okay with things like 10-minute block times. But this isn't much good for blockchain developers building the next generation of Web3 applications that need fast, efficient data availability. Stellar addresses this issue directly. Their RPC nodes archive data that's older than 7 days. So the RPC node itself, which is the node that we connect to when we're interacting with the network, will hold 7 days of the most recent data. And that's almost like a cache system. After 7 days, that data is archived to a public data set, which is stored on a cloud device. So rather than having a static, ever-growing ledger, you're creating this efficient system which is constantly evolving to avoid state bloat. For developers building on Stellar, this has in the past created some complexities in accessing both historical and up-to-date data. What I want to talk about in this video is a tool that I built myself to try and simplify the process for third-party developers to both get data from the public data lake and the RPC nodes in the most efficient way possible. So this code is all open source as you'd expect. It's written in Rust, so the first thing we need to do is compile it. So let's open up a terminal and run cargo build release. And then once that's built, we can run target, release, Stellar data. I'll run it with the help command first, and this will give us a list of different options we can do. So for example, we can pull all the transactions from a certain block number. Now I know that block number 3 on the Stellar blockchain, so the third block after Genesis, holds a little Easter egg where it was the first transaction ever sent on Stellar, and it included the memo, "Hello world." We can also query balances, so let's copy this address here. Query balance, address. I'm going to use token. I'm just going to use a shortcut for XLM. And you see this person still has a raw balance. Note this number includes the decimal places, it's not the total amount in XLM. Now the other thing we can do with this is set up a REST API server. So if we run Stellar data server, I'm going to run it on port 8080. And we can open this up with the help URL, and that should give us some documentation about we can run basically queries and we'll get JSON data back. So if we want to have a look at that same transaction ledger using the API server, let's change the ledger to number 3. And here you can see we've got a single transaction and it includes the memo text, "Hello world." There's more stuff you can do with this as well. You can get the entire block data. This is one of the more recent blocks. It contains a lot more data, as you can see. Then we can filter it as well. So we can pass in a range of blocks to search for a certain contract address. So we can see what the interactions are with a certain Soroban smart contract between these blocks. If we use a negative number in a ledger, it will search the last X amount of blocks. Now some of these aren't on the public data lake, so in this case we'll actually ping an RPC node as a fallback service if the data isn't available on the data lake. We can also filter by function name, so we can see what transfers or approvals there have been in the last X amount of blocks. Balance queries work exactly the same as they do on a command line. You just pass through the user's address and then a token, which can either be a contract address or there's a handful of tokens that have shortcuts. All the data that's passed back to you is already decoded from XDR to JSON format, which means that you can spin this up on an external cloud server, and it should be pretty CORS friendly, so you can connect to it directly from your web applications. If people find this useful and there's enough interest in it, I might actually set up a public node as well so that people can just connect to that and query it for data directly. One thing to bear in mind is that this is designed for the occasional queries within web applications. If you want to download the entire chain and do some kind of data analytics on the full Stellar blockchain, note that's a 3.8 terabyte file currently, and it's growing at about 0.5 terabytes per year. And there's a tool called Galaxy, which is specifically designed to efficiently download the full chain data and create your own public data lake. I hope you found this video useful. There's links to the GitHub repository, a full tutorial, and a bunch of other resources for developers building on Stellar in the description. Thank you for watching.